important? Why is it that Modi ji has talked about it being a very potential grain, etc. So Uma Kalyani is a registered dietitian, yoga trainer, and lifestyle mentor, and she's been practicing it for more than 23 years in this field. She's a founder and director of Uma's Nutri Yoga and managing partner of Yoga Plus Studio, Trivandrum. She encourages her clients to be in mindful eating, being fit with regular exercises, supports emotional wellness through meditation and relaxation techniques, and to stay positive and active. And she has also created an online community, Purple Health Challengers, exclusively for women aiming at holistic wellness during the pandemic that has over 1,800 members right now. She's also an active member of Eat Right India. She regularly writes in many magazines, and her expertise in millet awareness sessions, mindful eating, wellness sessions for it are all well appreciated. And also, she used to take classes for the techies in IT firms like Infosys, USD, Global, Alliance Technology, etc. So I welcome you, Uma, to our program. And I'm very happy to introduce you to the members of AIWC. It's a very proud moment for me because Uma is my student and I am her student in yoga. So a teacher, nothing like it for a teacher to be proud of. So I welcome you, Uma, to our session. Now,
Thank you.
it's a very proud moment for me. Okay. It's my pleasure to welcome the Vice Presidents of AIWC, Mrs. Rama Devi, Mrs. Hemlata, and Vanaja, and also the zonal organizer of the South Zone B, Srimati Nagaveni. Also, it is I deem it a privilege to welcome the members, all the members of AIC, the members of the AIWC branches all over India and Kerala. My welcome to our dear President of Trivandrum chapter, Jalaja Kumari Chechi, our Secretary GB. She's not well. She had an accident. She's bedridden, but she said she will come for today's program. Our Treasurer, Padmini Chechi. And of course, lastly but not the least, our South Zone Coordinator, Usha Nayak. And of course, our patron, Indra Ramakrishna Pillai, Madam. So once again, welcome you all to today's session. So over to you, Uma. Thank you.
Thank you so much, teacher. And it's my pleasure and privilege to take session for such an elegant audience, seeing so many senior members. Hope I'm audible, teacher?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So really happy to see, and maybe like knowledge-wise, I might be very, very junior to you all, but the experience with millets and expertise in all these things, maybe it started 4 or 5 years back when like people were talking more about millets and all. So that time I was using hardly ragi and a few millets only. Then after that, I gained interest to know more about it. And 2018, we actually, like India government planned to observe the International Year of Millets in 2023. That's when we also got more interest to that. And after that, we were hunting for recipes, how to make it and all. And with the help of the Purple Health Challengers group, as ma'am mentioned, we started, innovating more recipes, and the taste of the millets, we started liking it and all. That's how my millet journey started. And now, being a dietitian, definitely I'm interested to know more about the nutritive value of millets and all. So whatever knowledge I have gained with all these experiments and all, I will be sharing with you. And I would definitely be happy to hear from you all. And thanking the AIWDC members, Usha ma'am, community teacher always keeps telling about you all proudly. So nice to meet you all, and Jalaja Kumari ma'am, everybody. Thank you so much for the kind invitation. So let us move on to the slide. The slides got stuck. And I'll just stop sharing and then start.
It's in the protected view.
Yeah, it is not moving actually.
Try enable editing.
While Uma gets her sharing okay, I would like to welcome Beena Jain, patron of AWC. Very warm welcome, Beena ji. We are seeing you here after a long time. So I thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uma, enna petti?
The slides are not moving 1 minute.
Okay, then meanwhile, shall I ask the president to say a few words?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Dalakumari Chichi?
Yeah. Is it audible now?
Speak a few. It's got it.
I mean, can you see the screen now?
Kanam. Yeah.
Oh,
You please have your explanation both in Malayalam and English. Let it be
yeah,
English.
yeah. So basically, as teacher was telling, millets are oldest foods known to humanity, traditional grains and grown and consumed in Indian subcontinent from past more than 5,000, in fact 7,000 years back. Like we started using it. They are small grain cereals from the grass family. So usually, like people, I don't know why it is not moving. Every slide it is getting stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you can see the slide now.
Kanam.
Yeah, cereals. Yeah. So basically, people get confused about what are cereals and what are millets. And some people ask, is quinoa a millet, oats a millet, and all. So that's why I have made this slide. So basically, cereals are the most important source of energy through which we get the energy. As you know, there are different food groups. We take cereals, pulses, and all. So cereals basically give us the major source of energy. And they are also members of grass family. And basically, cereals are rich in carbohydrates. Like annajam koodalayitte adangittullതാണ്. About 60 to 70% of the cereal is carbohydrate. That is why we get more energy from it. And examples of cereals are rice, wheat, oats, rye, maize, and barley. All these come under cereal. Even quinoa is another cereal. It is not a millet. And millet, in contrary, they are also from grass family, but they are smaller grains compared to the other cereals like rice or wheat. No, compared to that, millets are the smallest grain, and they have low, in fact, we can say low to medium glycemic index compared to rice or wheat. That is another advantage of people promoting millets. They are good for diabetic or overweight people and all, because the glycemic index is comparatively low to medium. And there are nearly 14 to 15 different types of millets. And if you say see the subgroups, you can even find out nearly 20 to 22 different colors of millet. And ragi, bajra, jowar, little millet, they are some examples of millet. In the coming slides, I'll be taking you through each one in detail. And the energy provided by rice, wheat, and millets are almost the same. Even though the carbohydrate, if you see, there is a slight difference between that. But if you see the total calories, then it is almost same like rice or wheat. Okay. But the protein, then still why we say millets are better, that's because the protein fiber content is more, the minerals like calcium, iron, and all is much, much higher than what we see in rice or wheat. And the antioxidants, because when you see the millet, there are different types and different colors of millet. So each color is representing the antioxidants present in it. So if you see, the antioxidant content of the millets are much higher compared to other grains. I think the slides are playing quick. So that is the basic difference between millets and cereals. So millets are nutritious with the goodness of macro and micronutrients. Macro means the energy, protein, and fat are called the macronutrients, and micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. And they have the good combination of both macro and micronutrients, including antioxidants. They are easy to cultivate, can withstand extreme weather conditions, even in very dry places like Andhra, Tamil Nadu and all, where the rainfall is really less, we will be able to cultivate millet. They need low to moderate rainfall only, and the leaves and the plant is resistant to other pests. So it is easy for the farmers to cultivate millet. And high temperature tolerance, as I told you before, even in extreme humid conditions and extreme dry climate also, we can grow it easily. And it takes a very short time, like 120 to some millets can be grown within 2 to 3 months. And 120 to 140 days are the average time for cultivating millets, they say, where you see the other grains takes 5 to 6 months. And variety of millets are available in India that brings diversity in our diet. And Indian Institute of Millet Research, Hyderabad, is the largest institute in India, where they do a lot of research based on millet. And they actually started doing research in sorghum or jowar. That was the main research grain they were doing before. But when they announced the International Year of Millets a few years before, they started understanding the value of other millets, and now it is named as IIMR, or Indian Institute of Millet Research, where they do research on all other millets as well. So this is a typical healthy plate model. As you know, healthy plates should be having cereals, dal for protein, cereals for carbohydrates or energy, then vegetables should be there. And if you see, that is a healthy plate we say. So this is a healthy plate model where I have kept millet, the boiled millet instead of the rice, and green gram is there for protein and vegetables. And for probiotic, I have kept the more curry. So this is a typical healthy plate based using millet. Why I have kept this plate is because many think that millets are healthy, so they can overdo with the millet. So even though the millets are healthy, if you are taking more quantity, then it is not going to do the whatever beneficial effects. So you have to reduce the quantity, use in moderation. That is very important. And millet, we used to call it as kirudanya. Kirudanya means something inferior grain before, because it was a custom that only poor people used to have millets and all in olden days. That's why it was called inferior grain or kirudanya. Then after that, now we have understood the value or the nutritional qualities or whatever other qualities it has. We have renamed it as nutri cereals. So millets are also called the nutri cereals. It is also called Sri Anna. You must have seen in newspaper and all. Sri means divine. It is a divine grain because it has got that much of goodness in it. Because of all these reasons, we are giving much better names for our own millets. So they are called the nutri cereals as they provide most of the nutrients needed for human body. So coming into the details, actually I remember teacher saying to include Malayalam also, but സംസാരിച്ച് തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ രണ്ടും കൂടെ ക്ലബ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടൊരു ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ട്. Maybe during the discussion, any doubts anybody is having, maybe we can discuss in Malayalam also. So the major category of millet it is divided into 3 groups. The first group is called major millet, second group is called minor millet, and pseudo millet. So all these 3 categories are together called nutri cereals. So what are major millets? Major millets are our own ragi, then jowar and bajra. Bajra is pearl millet, jowar is sorghum. So these 3 millets are basically used, cultivated mostly in India, and majority of millet cultivation is based on these 3 millets. And the consumption also, if you see in India, people use majorly these 3 millets. That's why it is called major millet. And minor or the small millets or the minor millets are all other millets. Except these 3, all other millets are called minor millets. Like little millet, foxtail is tina, kodo millet is varaga, barnyard is kadavapulla, proso millet is pani varaga. So all these other brown top millets, all other millets come under minor millets. And pseudo millets are buckwheat and amaranth. I think in the coming slide, here you with the picture. The first one is buckwheat and the second one is called amaranth seed. These are called pseudo millets because they are actually not of the same botanical family. But nutrition wise, if you see, let it be protein or the minerals or the antioxidants. And these are also gluten-free. All millets are gluten-free, even they are also gluten-free. So if you see the nutritional quality, it is almost same like other millets. That's why it is called pseudo millet. But at the same time, you see the botanical family, it is different. So buckwheat and amaranth seeds, and they are also gluten-free. They are high in protein. Compared to rice and wheat, they both have like very good protein content. And it also has amino acid lysine, which is rarely present in other cereals. So 13 to 14%. And they are high in fiber, iron, potassium, and phosphorus. And phytosterols in it helps to reduce the bad cholesterol. And one more thing, this buckwheat, we can make roti and all, because those who are having this gluten allergy, we may not be able to use like the regular wheat for making chapati, but you can make chapati with this buckwheat. Without gluten, you can use this grain. So next one is the major millet. The first one is jowar. Jowar is in Malayalam, it is called manichola. This is also present. This is white jowar actually. We also have brown or the red color jowar and gray color jowar also, but this is commonly seen. In Malayalam, it is also called irung. I think seniors might be knowing irung എന്ന് പറയും. Like നമ്മുടെ പണ്ടൊക്കെ കൃഷി ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്ന് ഒരുപാട് seniors എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞു കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. So irung എന്ന് പറയും. Jowar or manicholam is the Malayalam name. And the second one, which is in gray color, is bajra or pearl millet. So major millets are also called naked grains. Naked grains because it doesn't have the hard outer covering. If you see tina ഒക്കെ നോക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ foxtail millet ഒക്കെ നമുക്കൊരു outer covering ഉണ്ടാവും. അത് നമുക്ക് അത്രയും ഡൈജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. When you use it as such ഒരു rough taste ഉണ്ടാവും. And but in ragi, major millets, ragi, bajra and jowar, it doesn't have the hard outer covering. That's why usually wherever you buy, whether it is a whole grain or as a powder, usually it is not refined. The whole grain ആയിട്ട് തന്നെ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടും. When you see for rice or wheat എടുത്തു കഴിയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് നമുക്ക് അതിന്റെ outer covering നമ്മൾ refine ചെയ്ത് ചിലപ്പോൾ process ആയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് തരും. പക്ഷേ in case of major millet, the outer covering is very intact. We cannot separate it. That's why it is healthy to have. നമ്മൾ എവിടെ ഷോപ്പിൽ പൗഡർ ആയിട്ട് വാങ്ങിച്ചാലും it can be it will be as a whole grain or whole grain flour only. So we can relatively trust these 3 grains and buy, and they don't need any processing. Just നമ്മൾ harvest കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് just they clean it and they'll keep it in packet or powder it and send it to the market. But minor millets are called husked grains. They have undigestible seed coat. ഇപ്പൊ തിന നോക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അറിയാൻ പറ്റും അതിന്റെ ഭയങ്കര ഹാർഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഔട്ടർ കവറിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്. So sometimes when you get it as a flour, നമുക്ക് ഇത് ബ്രാൻ ഒക്കെ മാറ്റിയിട്ടായിരിക്കും ചിലപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് പൗഡർ ആയിട്ട് കിട്ടുന്നത്. സോ ഗ്രെയിൻ ആയിട്ടാണെങ്കിലും ചിലപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് പ്രോസസ്ഡ് ഗ്രെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് കിട്ടാറുണ്ട്. അപ്പം സം പീപ്പിൾ ആർ സെയിങ് മില്ലറ്റ്സ് ഹെൽത്തി ആണെങ്കിലും it should be used with the husk only, then you get the nutrition benefits fully എന്ന് പറയും. അപ്പം ഈ മേജർ മില്ലറ്റ്സിന് ആ പ്രശ്നമില്ല. Anyway we will be using with the husk only, but minor millets we have to be careful. Now the nutritional qualities, all millets are gluten free. And gluten allergy ഉള്ളവർക്ക് പിന്നെ celiac disease പോലെയുള്ള പ്രശ്നമുള്ളവർക്ക് any gut issues ഉള്ളവർക്ക് gluten എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് it is a protein present in wheat. അപ്പൊ ഇതിൽ gluten ഇല്ലാത്തത് കൊണ്ട് we can gluten allergy ഉള്ളവർക്ക് നമുക്ക് easily without any problem they can use the millet. That is one of the advantages. Then glycemic index, actually speaking, the glycemic index lower എന്ന് ഞാൻ ഇതിൽ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിലും some millets are having medium to high glycemic index. അതിനൊരു ടിപ്പിക്കൽ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആണ് നമ്മൾ റാഗി. യൂഷ്വലി ഡയബറ്റിക് ആൾക്കാർക്ക് സേഫ് ആണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഒരുപാട് പേര് റാഗി യൂസ് ചെയ്യാറുണ്ട്. ബട്ട് സം പീപ്പിൾ ആർ ഫൈൻഡിങ് ദ ബ്ലഡ് ഷുഗർ സ്പൈക്ക് വെൻ ദേ ആർ ഹാവിംഗ് റാഗി ആൻഡ് ജോവർ, മണിച്ചോളം. അപ്പൊ ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് അഗെയിൻ ഇൻഡിവിജ്വലൈസ്. ഇഫ് യു ഹാവ് എനി ഇഷ്യൂസ് വിത്ത് ദ ബ്ലഡ് ഷുഗേഴ്സ് ആൻഡ് ഓൾ, യു ഹാവ് ടു ബി ലിറ്റിൽ കോഷ്യസ് വെൻ യു ആർ യൂസിങ് റാഗി ആൻഡ് ജോവർ. ആൻഡ് അതർ മില്ലറ്റ്സ് ആർ കമ്പാരിറ്റീവ്ലി their glycemic index is low. And the satiety value, because of the fiber content, ഇത് കഴിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇപ്പം സാധാരണ ദോശയോ ഇഡലിയോ നമ്മൾ അരിയിലോ ഗോതമ്പിലോ ഒരു 3 എണ്ണം കഴിക്കുന്ന ആള് മില്ലറ്റിലാണെങ്കിൽ ദോശയോ ഇഡലിയോ ഉണ്ടാക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു 2 എണ്ണം കഴിക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് വയറ് നല്ലൊരു ഫുള്ളായ ഒരു ഫീല് തരും. So especially those who are trying to lose weight or those who are having diabetic issues and all, ഒരു satiety value തരാനും this millets are helpful. Then the protein content in it is high compared to rice and wheat. നമ്മളിപ്പോ ഒരു 6 or 7 grams of protein in rice and wheat പറയുമ്പോൾ this will be having on an average ഒരു 13 to 16% ആണ്. So it is high twice or thrice in some millets. So not only that, the digestibility of the protein, ഇതിലുള്ള protein structure എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് it is very easy to digest. So the protein content is high in millets and the protein digestibility is also better in millets. Then as I told you before, antioxidants like phytates, polyphenols, tannins, anthocyanins, phytosterols, all these antioxidants, as you know, it is good to improve your immunity, to prevent some types of cancers, for anti-aging, to prevent some inflammation. There are so many benefits of antioxidants. Antioxidants are also present in vegetables and fruits. The same way, antioxidants are present in millets. So it is beneficial in that way also. Then probiotic properties, like when you are doing some fermentation, like we do make appam or we make some food and all. In Tamil Nadu, we make some preparation called food. All these using millets are having good probiotic activity. As you know, probiotic is nothing but it is good to improve your gut health. And now many researches are happening, connecting our brain health and gut health and all. So basically, fermented products of millets are good, rich sources of probiotics. And millets are also rich in vitamins, minerals, especially vitamin B and vitamin. Some millets are having vitamin E and all. And definitely, ragi is the richest source of calcium. It has nearly 344 milligrams of calcium, which is way higher than any other millets, in fact, any other cereals. And iron also, if you see pearl millet, the kambam, it is very rich in iron, and almost all other millets are rich in zinc. So it has an abundance of minerals present in it. So another unique quality of pearl millet or kambam is hypoallergic properties. So almost all millets are easy to digest, and especially pearl millet is suitable even for people having this IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, which is a gut issue. So even such patients can also tolerate pearl millet. That's why many researchers are showing. And high fiber content that will be absorbing the water in the gut, and it increases the bulking property, and which is again good for IBD patients and even people having constipation and all. Millets are good. And next one is anti-acidic properties. They are good for people having bloating and all. So especially those who are having difficult to digest wheat and all can digest these millets better. So these are the pictures. By now, most of you have seen all these millets. So the first one is foxtail millet, tina, that we usually give for lovebirds. Then barnyard millet is also known as kavadapulle. Then little millet is chamari, like during some fasting and all, people used to make chama kanni and all, the same thing only, little millet. Kodo millet is varaga, and I have given the other names also. Pearl millet is bajra or kambam or kambu in Tamil. Finger millet is ragi or kuvaraga or panyapulla in Malayalam. Foxtail millet or kakkum or tina. Barnyard millet is sanva in Hindi, kadavapulla or kudravalli. Kudravalli is another name. Little millet is kukki or chama rice or chama adi. Koda millet is varaga. And proso millet is chenna or panivaraga. In Tamil also we say panivaraga, Malayalam also. And then the second picture is brown top millet, salvia, teff, sorghum, fonio. These are the other commonly seen millets in India. So coming to the unique properties of each millet, though we say all the millets are rich in protein or calcium or minerals and antioxidants, each one has its own distinct qualities. That's what I have mentioned here. So pearl millet is high in protein, as I mentioned before, 12 to 16%. That is almost twice protein than milk. Milk, we all know, it is a rich source of protein. So pearl millet has twice the protein than milk. So you can imagine how much rich it is. And high in fiber, iron, niacin is high in that compared to all other cereals. It reduces the risk of IBD that I mentioned before. So gut friendly, especially when it is used in the malted base. Malt is nothing but you have to sprout it and then you powder and use it in some drinks. It is called malt. We can make ragi malt, pearl millet malt, all those things. Then finger millet or ragi, it is the richest source of calcium, as I told you before, among all other millets, and it has twice calcium than milk. The same way, milk is a good source of calcium, you all know, and this ragi has twice calcium than milk. That's the reason our ancestors knew all these things. That's why they were giving calcium as weaning food for the weaning. From 6 months onwards, we give ragi porridge and all for children. So to make their bones and all stronger. So it has excellent malting properties. That's good for weaning, and it is also rich in antioxidants. Then foxtail millet or quinoa is a non-energy grain high in carbohydrates, double protein than rice. 12.5 grams of protein per 100 grams and contains calcium and iron. Then barnyard millet, it has a functional constituent called GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid, and beta glucan. They are antioxidants that help us to improve the immunity and good to reduce inflammation and so on. And they are also rich sources of iron. Then little millet or chama, they are the smallest grains. People always get confused how to distinguish different millets, because some are like unique in color. For example, ragi, everybody knows it is brown in color. But some other millets like little millet and all, barnyard millet and all looks almost similar. So to identify, the little millets are the smallest one. They are cream color or white in color. And they are rich in fiber. 7.6% fiber is present in it. Niacin present in it helps to reduce the cholesterol. They also have high iron and antioxidant content. And they are also having rich magnesium content. That is, magnesium along with the fiber in it, it is good for our heart health. Then kodo millet or varaga, it has thrice fiber than wheat or maize. It has 10 times more fiber than rice. 11% protein, high in fiber, lecithin present in it, helps to strengthen our nervous system. Proso millet or panivaraga, again high in protein and niacin. And brown top millet, which is not very rarely seen in Trivandrum actually compared to other millets. Like it eases the gut, detoxifies the body, and it relieves the constipation problem, and recommended for gastric ulcer and colonic ulcer patients. Then cholam or manicholam or sorghum, it is also known as great millet and Indian millet because it is widely used in northern part of India. And it is a nutrient fat grain with the richness of B vitamins, magnesium, potassium, iron, zinc, and antioxidants. So coming to the practical aspects of using millet. So this is how I started with using the pale color or white or almost similar looking like rice. I started using more. So little millet and barnyard millet looks almost, the color wise looks almost like rice, white color or creamish color. So when you incorporate the similar colored ones, the acceptability in the family is good. I know like senior members of the family above 60, 70 and all will be very adamant. They know they cannot change their food habits. The same with very small children or teenage children, right? So for them, we have to do some tricks. So initially you can add, for example, if you are making appam, instead of using 1 cup of raw rice, you can make half cup of raw rice and half cup of millet and make appam so that the color doesn't vary much. They think that it is rice appam only. Then slowly you can add more quantity of millet. You can add different colored millet. That's how you introduce it for acceptability of the family members. And this is the picture of Ona Sadhya that I made 2 years back using millet instead of rice. I have kept ragi mudde using ragi balls using kuvaraga and the rice also, boiled rice, millet rice I have used. And when you are adding millet to because it has a unique taste, definitely if you are not used to the taste, it doesn't taste like rice or wheat. So definitely it has a bland taste, a unique taste. So to get used to that, what you have to do is you have to make it a healthy plate, add more pulses, more vegetables. For example, if you are making idli, have it with sambar or some curry so that the taste of other curries will add to the unique taste and the acceptability will be better. And not only that, to add nutrition also, that is a good way. Okay. So in the same way, I started using in my family. And initially, when I made ragi appam, it was brown in color. The children were not eating and all. But slowly, when I was introducing more millets and they started liking the taste, I was telling them about the nutrition benefits and all. So now, in fact, they like ragi appam better than the white appam actually. The ragi appam is more crispier. So they started the ragi product or the food more than the regular rice product. So, and I also encouraged my clients or students to use more millets. Everybody was like, how to use millets, where to buy them. All those dilemma was there in the beginning. So we started finding out different shops where it is available in Trivandrum and the different recipes, as I told earlier. And now that we have come up with a recipe book with 100 plus recipes using millets, breakfast recipes, snack recipes, like milkshake recipe and all. So we will be publishing the book soon in a month's time. So that is the story behind this millet usage. So basically, when you're choosing the millet, the right side picture shows the sprouted pearl millet. Kambam, I have sprouted, like we sprout the like green gram, no? We can make sprouts out of these millets also. Because always while sprouting, the digestibility improves, the taste becomes better. Okay. So when you're choosing, when you're buying it, choose the unprocessed millet, clean it well, and to how to cook it or how to use it in the daily cooking. Basically, it is not like rice and wheat. Rice means you just take it from the dabba, put water and pressure cook, you can immediately use it or have it. But unlike rice and wheat, millet has some anti-nutritional or the nutrition absorption will be hindered by some factors in it. So to make the digestibility better or to make the nutrients better available, you have to clean it and soak it for 4 to 6 hours minimum. If you are soaking for overnight, well and good. So previous day night, you just soak it and the next day morning, you can discard the water preferably and then put fresh water and cook it, pressure cook it or make a batter or whatever it is. But the soaking is mandatory for the better absorption of the nutrients. That is one key point. If you are not used to millets, when you are starting to use, you have to remember. Then the millet and water ratio, you can make n number of items. As I told you, 100 different recipes we have tried out. So there are different types of recipes. So basically, if you want to make fried rice or something, you can make fried rice, you can make tomato rice, curd rice, all other, whatever you make with rice, you can make with millets also. So the basic cooking, you have to remember 1:2 ratio, you can add water. If you are taking 1 cup of millet, add 2 cups of water. Then you can cook it. If it is for upma, maybe 2 whistles. That again depends upon the size of the millet. So on an average, I would say 2 whistles so that it becomes grainy. Then you make the upma like anything else, like if you do broken wheat upma and all. No? So saute all the vegetables. You can add the cooked millet to it. That is one way. Or if you are making payasam or curd rice, which is more soft, or khichdi or pongal kind of thing, you have to add more water. And you have to keep it for more whistles, maybe 3 or 4 whistles. So as you start using all these things, you will come to know which consistency is better for each recipe. So sprouting, malting, dry roasting, fermenting, milling, these are the different methods to improve the taste of the millet, to improve the digestibility and the bioavailability. That helps you to reduce the anti-nutritional factors like phytates and tannins in it. So these are some pictures of the millet recipes. Like first one is millet leddu. Second one is bisibele bath. People who have lived in Karnataka might be knowing. It is a combination of dal and vegetables along with the millet we have made. And the third one is thali. And fourth one is payasam, millet payasam, chakra pongal. The below one is also payasam of different flavors using different millets. Then dosa with sambar, millet dosa, millet pumpkin kheer and appam. All these are different varieties of millet trials. So while we celebrate International Year of Millets in 2023 to showcase the Indian millets to global platform, to ensure nutrition security using millets as food and end malnutrition. So basically, India government is supporting millets because they are our traditional grains and because of the richness in iron and all, we can prevent or eradicate anemia completely. That is what we are aiming for. So let us also support the aim and yeah. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Now over to you all.
Thank you, Uma, for the wonderful presentation. Really, you have really touched on what are millets, different type of millets, what are the factors to be considered before cooking, and you have showcased some recipes also. So congratulations on you and your group for bringing out the recipe book. We will all be interested to buy it. Okay.
Thank you.
Now the floor is open for discussion. Okay. Anybody has any doubts can clear their doubts to Uma.
I think we'll invite Jalaja Kumari to say a few words, President of Trivandrum branch.
Good idea. Jalaja Chechi, audio cut cheyidikkunno.
No, she is muted.
She's okay. Please say a few words, Chechi.
ശരി മോളു, ഇതിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും എന്റെ നമസ്കാരം. വളരെ ഉപകാരപ്രദമായ, നമുക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാത്ത ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ അടങ്ങിയ ഒരു ടോക്കാണ് നമ്മൾ കേട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. വളരെ നല്ലൊരു പ്രസന്റേഷൻ ആയിരുന്നു. ഇത് നമുക്ക് എല്ലാ ബ്രാഞ്ചുകാർക്കും ഇവിടെയുള്ള അമ്മമാർക്ക് ഇത് ഒരു ക്ലാസ് ആയിട്ട് തന്നെ വെച്ച് അവർക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുത്ത് ഈ മില്ലൻ എല്ലാവരുടെയും ഒരു ആഹാര രീതിയിൽ അതും കൂടി ഉൾക്കൊള്ളിക്കാൻ പറ്റിയാൽ നമുക്ക് വളരെ നല്ല ഒരു കാര്യമാണെന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. പക്ഷെ ഞാനിതിപ്പോ ഇത് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ എന്നെ കുറിച്ചൊന്ന് പറയുകയാണ്. ഞാൻ 2003 ഗവൺമെന്റിൽ നിന്ന് റിട്ടയർ ചെയ്ത ഒരു ആളാണ്. മെയ് മാസത്തിൽ റിട്ടയർ ചെയ്തു. ജൂൺ മുതൽ ഓൾ ഇന്ത്യ വിമൻസ് കോൺഫറൻസ് ട്രിവാൻഡ്രം ബ്രാഞ്ചിന്റെ പ്രോഗ്രാം കോർഡിനേറ്റർ ആയിട്ട് ഇന്ദിര രാമകൃഷ്ണ മാഡത്തിന്റെ കീഴിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരാളാണ്. ഇന്ദിര മാഡം എൻ്റെ അമ്മയെ പോലെ ഞാൻ ബഹുമാനിക്കുകയും സ്നേഹിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ആളാണ്. അവരെ കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന, ഇത്രയും നാള് കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന ആ സ്ഥാനം എന്നെ ഏൽപ്പിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അത് എത്ര കണ്ട് ഭംഗിയായി ചെയ്യാൻ എനിക്ക് കഴിയുമെന്നുള്ളത് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. എങ്കിലും അതിന് എന്നെ തെരഞ്ഞെടുത്ത ഓൾ ഇന്ത്യ വിമൻസ് കോൺഫറൻസ് ട്രിവാൻഡ്രം ബ്രാഞ്ചിലെ എല്ലാ കമ്മിറ്റി മെമ്പേഴ്സിനോടും ഇതിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവരോടും എൻ്റെ സന്തോഷവും എൻ്റെ നന്ദിയും ഞാൻ അറിയിക്കാൻ ഈ അവസരം ഉപയോഗിക്കുകയാണ്. പിന്നെ രണ്ടാമതായിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ നാഷണൽ ലെവലിൽ ഇപ്പൊ ഇലക്ഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടേ ഉള്ളൂ. അവിടെ കർണാടക സ്റ്റേറ്റിൽ നിന്നും സൗത്ത് സോണിലേക്ക് ഒരു കോളാർ AWC ബ്രാഞ്ചിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ശ്രീമതി നാഗവേണിയെ തിരഞ്ഞെടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നതിന് അവർക്ക് ഒരു നന്ദി പ്രകടനം, അവരെ ഒന്ന് ആശംസിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി കൂടി ഞാൻ ഈ അവസരം ഉപയോഗിക്കുകയാണ്. ഹായ് ശ്രീമതി നാഗവേണി. ഹായ്
Ma'am, are you there?
നാഗവേണി വന്നിട്ടില്ലേ മോളെ?
There she is.
നാഗവേണി വന്നിട്ടില്ലേ?
She's there.
Hi Nagaveni.
Hi,
I am Jalaja. I am Jalaja from Trivandrum branch, AWC Trivandrum branch.
Namaste, ma'am. Namaste. Thank you.
Now I am saying hearty congratulations for you to select as a zonal organizer. And we are expecting your help and your what I think cooperation from you. I am very old women. So I can't say what I am thinking. So Nagaveni, you will shy as a zonal organizer in B section. I think South Zone B section. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My hearty congratulations, Nagaveni.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
അപ്പോ എല്ലാവരുടെയും സഹകരണം എനിക്കുണ്ടാവണം. നമ്മുടെ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഞങ്ങളുടെ എക്സിക്യൂട്ടീവ് കമ്മിറ്റി മെമ്പേഴ്സിന്റെ, ഞാൻ വളരെ വയസ്സായ ഒരാളാണ്, എനിക്ക് പല കാര്യങ്ങളും എനിക്ക് മറന്നു പോവും, അതൊന്നും എനിക്ക് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യാനൊക്കെ വിട്ടുപോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതെല്ലാം ഇപ്പോ എന്നെ കാമിനിക്കുട്ടി സഹായിച്ചതുപോലെ എന്നെ സഹായിക്കണം, സഹായിക്കുകയും സഹകരിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യണം, എന്നാലേ എനിക്കിത് മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ സാധിക്കുള്ളൂ. എന്തായാലും ആ വലിയ ആളിരുന്ന സ്ഥാനത്ത് എനിക്കിരിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത് ചിന്തിക്കാൻ പോലും എനിക്ക് പറ്റാത്ത ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്. ഞാൻ കോർഡിനേറ്ററായിട്ട് തന്നെ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ചേച്ചി ഈ പോസ്റ്റിൽ ഇരുന്ന് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യണം എന്ന് ഞാൻ പല പ്രാവശ്യം ചേച്ചിയുടെ അടുത്ത് റിക്വസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തെങ്കിലും ചേച്ചിയുടെ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ആരോഗ്യസ്ഥിതി കൊണ്ട് മാത്രമാണ് ഞാൻ ഈ പോസ്റ്റ് ഏറ്റെടുക്കുന്നതും ഞാൻ ചെയ്യുന്നതും. നിങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാവരുടെയും സഹകരണവും ആത്മാർത്ഥമായ സഹകരണം എനിക്ക് ഉണ്ടാവണമെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എന്റെ വാക്കുകൾ നിർത്തുകയാണ്. താങ്ക് യു വെരി മച്ച്.
Thank you, Chechi. Thank you so much. Any questions to ask Uma? Anybody has any doubts?
No, I think, can we request Beena Jain, patron AWC, to say a few words? Beena ji?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Usha ji. First, I want to congratulate Uma Kalyani ji. Very nicely, very in detail, you explain this full mota anaj. Now, our Prime Minister is saying not millet. They said mota anaj. So, I have been working in this field for the last 2 years, Usha, with the other organization, and we are giving them, the children, in Ujjwal Women Association, 35-40 children are coming for tuition, and we give them this millet product to eat. Somebody is preparing for them, and we feel is a lot of difference in their health. And I must say, I have the book. I have the book, that 176 pages book for the recipe in all this millet product. If you like, I can forward, but you have to take printouts. You have to take, and this. I also want to say, some experts mentioned this thing. In our country, it was very popular, and in future also, in coming year also, we have to grow these millet product, because there is a lot of climate change, and maybe rice and wheat will not get so much water, so they won't grow so much. So they advise from agriculture department that we should grow this millet product, different type of millet product. So it will be nice, and there is a lot of to say, but other people must be trying to say something. Usha, I must congratulate to you, and because this is my subject, I thought I have to attend this thing, and you are doing many good programs. Somehow time kuch ऐसा होता है कि I can't understand, I can't attend, but this time purposely I said I have to. So thank you very much, everyone, and once again I want to congratulate Uma Kalyani ji. In such a young age, you are doing such a good work.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Beena ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I request Nagaveni to say a few words? Nagaveni is the new zonal organizer for South Zone B, and her Kolar branch has been doing a lot of work in millets. Along with the government, she has taken many schemes from the government, and she has been conducting various programs related to millets. And I think I have mentioned in many earlier meetings also, Kolar and Mandya both in Karnataka, they are the best examples of how our branches are using government schemes to conduct very meaningful programs. So I request Nagaveni, I warmly welcome Nagaveni as a zonal organizer, and I request her to tell us something about the millet programs that she has been doing for so many years. Over to you, Nagaveni.
Thank you,
Your
Usha.
face is not visible. If you can face the light, it will be better.
I'll light it up.
Yeah, you can switch on the light.
That's better.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Good afternoon, good evening, ma'am.
and Binaji ma'am, and Vice President Binaji and Hemalata ji ma'am, and Anuja, and all Karnataka and Kerala standing committee members, and my supported Usha ji ma'am. Once again, thanks ma'am. And our country has in 2023 announced in International Millets Day, so that our branch is promoting awareness and empowering programs in agriculture available in agriculture department, and our branch is trained in 90 members, SHG group members in 3 batches training. Excuse me, ma'am, can I explain? Since
Yes.
he has,
Please do. Please do.
since he is facing some English communication problem, so she's my daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, you can explain. You can explain to us. Please tell us your name and then you can explain.
Myself, Kriti Ji. I'm Nagavini, and youth member in. Yes. Yeah. As this year announced International Millets Year, since from last 1.5 and awareness programs to various farmers in 3 blocks in our district, Kola district, and my mother is giving awareness programs to farmers. Then and she's awareing about what are the schemes available in the agriculture department to the farmers. Like two of them is, one is for 1 hectare, if the farmer grow
1 hectare.
for one
Hectare.
for 1 hectare, the agriculture department is giving 10,000 rupees as a stipend to encourage them to grow millets. If they grow 1 hectare millets. Then second one is PMFME, Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Process Unit. So from that, government is providing 50% subsidy loans to the small, so that they can
Promoting 4 members.
so that they can start their own unit in
Now start.
From last 1.5 years, we are also purchasing from outside, and we are marketing and we are reselling that products to the various groups. And from last 4 months, my mother herself took a loan from under PMFME scheme, and started. We installed some machineries like cleaning one and a floor mills and all, pulverizer and all, so that we are packing ourselves, and we are dispatching from our foods, like Spooty Foods. We kept a Spooty Food product as that name. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Nagavini, for telling us about your work. I'm sure the branches can follow your example and avail of the schemes offered by the state and central governments, and to promote millets, promote growing of millets, and also marketing of products made with millets. Thank you, Nagavini, for joining us, and all the best for working as zonal organizer. All the branches in Kerala will definitely extend all their cooperation to you, and any help that you require, you can please contact any of us. And I think Shashikala from Sri Shakti Mahila Samajam has been appointed as coordinator for Kerala to help you with any language problem that you may have with Kerala branches. So I hope both of you will work as a team and extend maximum help to us also, and help the Karnataka branches grow better. Thank you, Nagaveni.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Shachi. Thank you.
Kamini, now you can open the floor and start the question answer session.
Anybody would like to clear any doubts from Uma, please?
Ma'am, I think there is a question in the chat box. Can I read it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before that, ma'am, Nagaveni ma'am is from which place? Can I know?
She's from Bangalore, I think.
No, no, she's from Kolar. She's
Kolar.
from Kolar branch of
Kolar.
AWC. Yes.
Okay. Nice to meet you, ma'am. Yeah. One question Shailaja ma'am has asked, many points like soaking the grains earlier and too much of increase the GA, etc. are valuable. And just a question. Yeah, I'm just reading out the question. Even though millets are easier to grow, why is it costlier in the market other than ragi? So actually,
Uma, can't hear you, Uma.
Audio is cut, please.
Just unmute yourself, I guess.
Is it audible? Am I audible?
Now it is. Now it is.
Yeah, like Shailaja ma'am was asking about like why millets are costlier, though we say it is easy to grow and all. So maybe because the demand is more now, that is one reason. And now that, as Nagaveni ma'am said, like the farmers are getting more subsidies. And in Kerala, if you say through PDS system, like ration shops and all, within a month's time, like ragi will be given in all the ration shops. That's what I have heard from the civil supplies minister. So hopefully when we give more subsidies for the farmers and all, hopefully the production will be more and we will be able to get it more. That's how we are hoping. So definitely because of the reduced production and demand is more, that could be the reason for the increased prices.
Thank you, Uma.
Thank you so much, Uma.
Any question? Any other question?
I'm Rama Anand from Hyderabad. Hearty congratulations, Kalyani ji. Very well presented, very detailed and clear presentation. You were saying something about ragi increasing the blood sugar levels. There's been a problem with the studies that have been conducted because previously the ragi that was available in the market was the malted ragi for the sake of the children. And that is when the diabetics have bought it directly from the market. And when it's malted, you know, the GI improves and the glycemic index goes down and their glucose is better absorbed. But later on, when you give the regular ragi or ragi powder, like when you make the ragi sankati and all with the regular ragi powder, the blood sugars don't shoot up so much because of the fiber content and the other nutrients in the ragi. This I wanted to make clear because later on they found this and this NIN and CFTRI did their studies and they corrected. Maybe you should look out for the studies. But this is what has.
Ma'am, yeah, that what you said is correct. For the malt, it might be more, but still, like some patients, like they buy the whole ragi, they powder it and make different recipes. Even then, especially GDM, like gestation diabetic people, know they are finding it not shooting their sugars. So it's not just with malt, I think, and it is definitely individualized. The same millet may shoot one's sugars, the other may not have the problem. So it is always individualized, but still, like I think the method of cooking also matters. If you are making porridge out of some millets, it gets absorbed faster and the glycemic index might be higher. So the same millets, when it is used in different preparations also, it can, the glycemic index can go up and down. So as you said, maybe we have to do more research and find out more results and all. Again, it is always better to keep an eye if you are using any new millet, whether it is hiking your sugars, those who are having uncontrolled sugars or like those who are having PCOD and all. Definitely, ma'am.
Brilliant analysis. You're right. Cooking method makes a difference. Like you said, the ragi porridge, absorption is better. Whereas ragi sankati, the ragi mudda and the ragi roti, or the ragi dosa, it doesn't shoot up. I just wanted to say this, and we're looking forward for your recipe book. And Beena ma'am, your recipe book also welcome. We'd like to have that also.
Yes.
Thank you all. Thank you,
Shall I
Usha, for
forward
the
you?
innovative presentations as always. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Shall I read out about the chat thing? Pamela Jayakumari has said very informative and a good class. Thank you. Shantia, dietitian, thank you, ma'am, for your valuable and clear presentation. Krishna Mohandas, wonderful presentation, Uma. Hemalate, again, very fantastic presentation. Sumati has written very good presentation with all information, dear Uma. Now, Bhuvaneshwari Ravindran has said, we are always confused with which millet to buy. So many varieties are there. You explain in detail in the presentation. We use millets a lot. To be safer, I buy white and brown and use it alternately. Can you say which one is better for us and more nutritious?
Ma'am, as I mentioned in the slides, like each one has its own unique qualities. For example, if you are looking out for more calcium in your diet, if you are in your menopausal age and all, if you don't have any blood sugar issues and all, then calcium you can opt for because it has richness in calcium. And pearl millet, and taste wise, everybody likes its own taste. If you are a person who likes pearl millet more, then you can use that more. And I won't say you have to use 1 or 2 millets. Try to use a variety because each one has its own nutrition, its own unique qualities. So if you don't have any health issues in particular, then you can use a mixture of all these things. And I have heard like those are having kidney stone issues and all. It is better to reduce the ragi because it has high in calcium. So it again, like nutrition wise, everything has its own positives and this thing. So it is always better to use a mixture of all these things.
Thank you, Uma.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shailaja has written, thank you for the wonderful presentation. She only had a doubt about ragi. So you have explained that to her.
Yes.
And Shashikala Tampane, thank you for a very informative presentation. That's it. Okay. That was wonderful.
Whatever, I have one thing. Whenever we cook this after soaking and all that, it comes as a lump. It won't, it comes as lump only. It's very good for taishadam and all that. But is it
actually, now you can just check the cooking duration. Like the rice only, if you overcook, it becomes lumpy, smashy, like that thing. And second thing, you may reduce the water. If you are putting 1:2, maybe if you feel it is more lumpy, then reduce the quantity of water you use. And I think the proso millet, varagu we say, varagu and all, like you'll get grainy when you are making upma and all. You can try out that.
Okay,
so one thing,
okay.
Varagu you can try. Kodo millet.
Kodo millet, okay.
Yeah. And personally, I like this pearl millet, kambam we say, that one is good for making masala khichdi and all. It tastes very good. And you can roast it and powder, and you can sprout it. Actually, for sprouting, this green gram pachapayra, we just soak it for overnight, and another 6-7 hours you will get the sprouts. But for kodo millet, pearl millet, you have to keep it for maybe 24 hours, little longer duration. Okay. But you get very nice sprouts, and many of my friends, they sprout it, then just dry it and powder and use it for putta and all. It is very tasty actually. This kambam sprouted putta is very tasty. You can use it like that.
Actually, I'm Manaja Krishnamurthy from Chennai, Vice President from the Karnataka and Kerala and Northeast Zone. See, actually, we are making our Women's Indian Association. We are making a nutrition powder with kambu, that is ragi and putana as a regular. That is, we are giving to our crushed children. So 17 crushes we are making that crushed children. Outside also we are giving to the Baba Samiti like that. They are very good taking that. They are making 23 products from that powder. That is a very good for health also. As an event that is, when I am supplying to all the people, they are telling that is even the glucose level also, blood sugar level also a little less also. That is, diabetes also be cured. That's what I want to tell you.
That is wonderful.
Very nice. Really, the millet is so nice. The International Millets Day. I really very glad to attend this meeting. Thanks a lot. Uma Kalyani, congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Uma, I am Jalaja. Trivandrum branch.
പറഞ്ഞോളൂ.
നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തില് എന്റെ കുട്ടിക്കാലം മുതലേ തന്നെ കൂവരക ഒരു കുട്ടികൾക്ക് കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു നല്ല ആഹാരമായിട്ട് കൊടുത്തു തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതുപോലെ വനപ്രദേശങ്ങളിൽ താമസിക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാരെല്ലാരും തന്നെ തിന വളരെ നല്ല ന്യൂട്രീഷ്യസ് ഫുഡായിട്ട് അവരുടെ പ്രിപ്പറേഷൻ തന്നെ വേറൊരു രീതിയിലാണ്. ഈ മുളയുടെ കമ്പിനകത്ത് തെനമാവ് ചേർത്ത് അതിന്റെ കൂടെ തേനും കൂടി ചേർത്ത് കനലിലിട്ട് വേവിച്ച് കഴിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പരിപാടി അവർക്കുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഇത് 2 മില്യൻസും ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് പ്രചാരത്തിലുള്ള ചെറുധാന്യങ്ങളാണ്. പക്ഷേ ബാക്കിയുള്ള ധാന്യങ്ങളൊന്നും നമുക്കിവിടെ വലിയ പ്രചാരത്തിലുള്ള സാധനങ്ങളല്ല. നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒന്നും അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് വലിയ അറിയില്ല. അതിന്റെ ന്യൂട്രീഷ്യസ് വാല്യൂസ് എന്തൊക്കെയാണെന്നുള്ളതിനെ കുറിച്ചും നമുക്കറിയില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മളെല്ലാരും കൂടി ഇപ്പൊ ഇതിനകത്ത് ചേർന്ന ഇൻക്ലൂഡിങ് ഉമ ചേർന്നിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ഇതിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള ഒരു ബോധവൽക്കരണം നടത്താൻ ഓരോ ബ്രാഞ്ചിനും ഉള്ള സൗകര്യം ഉണ്ടാക്കി കൊടുത്ത് ആളുകൾ ഇത് അക്സെപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാലേ നമ്മുടെ ഫുഡ് പാറ്റേൺ ഒരു പഴയ രീതിയാണ്. ചോറും പച്ചക്കറികളും പിന്നെ നോൺ വെജ് കഴിക്കുന്നവർക്ക് നോൺ വെജ് സാധനങ്ങളും ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടാക്കി കഴിക്കുന്ന, ഉച്ചയ്ക്ക് ഊണ് കഴിക്കുന്നതും രാവിലെ ഇഡ്ഡലിയ സാമ്പാറും ദോശയും ചമ്മന്തിയ അങ്ങനെ പുട്ട് അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ അതെല്ലാം ന്യൂട്രീഷ്യസ് തന്നെയാണ്, അല്ലാന്നല്ല ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത്. പക്ഷെ ഇതും കൂടി ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്ത് ഉള്ള ഫുഡ് പാറ്റേൺ ഉണ്ടാക്കി എടുക്കണമെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ കുറെ വർക്ക് ചെയ്താലേ നമ്മുടെ കൊച്ചു കേരളത്തിൽ പ്രാക്ടിക്കലായിട്ട് കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ എന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. അത് ശരിയാണോ എന്ന് എനിക്ക് അറിയില്ല. ഞാൻ ഒരുപാട് നാളെ പുറത്തിറങ്ങാൻ.
All of us should come together for the awareness program. Only then Keralites, Malayalis will understand the importance of millets.
ആക്ച്വലി കേരളത്തിൽ മാം നമ്മുടെ ICDSന്റെ ഒരു 14 days പ്രോഗ്രാം ഉണ്ട്. ഇപ്പം മാർച്ചിലും ഏപ്രിലുമായിട്ട് മില്ലറ്റ് അവയർനെസ് നമ്മള് വിവാ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് വളർച്ച എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാം ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, അനീമിയ എന്താണ് ഇറാഡിക്കേഷൻ പ്രോഗ്രാം. അതിന്റെ കൂടെ നമ്മൾ മില്ലറ്റ് അവയർനെസ്സും കൂടെ ചേർത്തിട്ട് ഒരു 14 days ഇന്റൻസ് പ്രോഗ്രാം നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ എല്ലാ ICDSലും അംഗൻവാടീസിലും ട്രെയിനേഴ്സിനും അവിടുത്തെ ടീച്ചേഴ്സിനും കുട്ടികൾക്കും പാരന്റ്സിനും ഒക്കെ അവരിങ്ങനെ പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ മാക്സിമം ഗവൺമെന്റ് സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. പേഴ്സണലി ഐ ഹാവ് ഡൺ 2 മില്ലറ്റ് ഇവന്റ്സ്. ആക്ച്വലി ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ ഗ്രൂപ്പില് 2 ഇവന്റ്സ് നമ്മൾ ട്രിവാൻഡ്രം സിറ്റിയിൽ തന്നെ നടത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ മാക്സിമം പിന്നെ CSIR NIST ഇല്ലേ പാപ്പനംകോട്, അവിടെയും നമ്മളിപ്പോ 1 week ഒരു മില്ലറ്റ് ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ നടന്നിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ അവിടെ ഒരുപാട് മില്ലറ്റ് സ്റ്റാൾസ് ഒക്കെ ഫ്രം അതർ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ് ഓൾസോ പീപ്പിൾ ഹാഡ് കം ആൻഡ് പുട്ട് അപ്പ് ദിയർ സ്റ്റാൾസ്. അങ്ങനെ ഒരുപാട് പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് സിറ്റിയിൽ തന്നെ ഇപ്പൊ നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഹോപ്പ്ഫുള്ളി ദിസ് ഇസ് ഓൾസോ വൺ അമംഗ് ദാറ്റ്. സോ ദ കമ്മിങ് ഡേയ്സ് ഇനിയും കൂടുതൽ അവയർനെസ് പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് നടക്കുമെന്ന് പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കാം.
I think Uma, awareness matram pora. We have to see that the public distribution system also has millet varieties.
അതെ. ആക്ച്വലി അതാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. നമ്മുടെ സിവിൽ സപ്ലൈസ് മിനിസ്റ്റർ പറഞ്ഞത് നമ്മുടെ സ്റ്റാള് വിസിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ സാറ് ചോദിക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു റാഗിയാണോ നല്ലത്, റാഗി ഹോൾഡ് റാഗിയാണോ പൗഡേർഡ് ഫോം ആണോ നല്ലതെന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ചോദിച്ചായിരുന്നു. ദെൻ ഐ വാസ് ടെല്ലിംഗ് ഹിം നമുക്ക് ഇതുപോലെ ന്യൂട്രീഷൻ അവയർനെസ് ക്ലാസ് കൊടുക്കണം. അല്ലാതെ ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ റേഷൻ ഷോപ്പിൽ പൊട്ടി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ റാഗി കൊടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആൾക്കാർക്ക് അറിയില്ല അത് എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം. അവയർനെസ് ഓൾസോ ഷുഡ് സൈമൾട്ടേനിയസ്ലി. അതെ.
Hello. I'm Hemalata.
Thank you, Uma.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Okay, ma'am.
Tell please.
Hemalata from Mysore.
Okay.
Recently elected as the vice president in the
Welcome,
national.
ma'am. Welcome.
So I'm very glad that Kalyani ji has presented very nicely. First of all, I thank you, and even Kamini and Usha ji also arranging this. And we are doing in Dasara and also food court we are doing only for the millets products in Mysore. There will be stalls and there will be competitions and there will be an awareness program from Sri Shakti Sanghas and all. From CFTRI also will join that. So I wanted to tell this to you all people. In Dasra, usually many people will come and they will understand about the millets. And many grocery shop also, this millet products are there to purchase. So I'm very glad it is in practice in our Karnataka also. And we'll call as Siridanya. Siridanya. Siridanya Sante, Siridanya food court, like that we'll name, and we'll ask the women to do preparations, and they can sell also. So a very big court is there, food court is there, that comes only in Kannada Rajyotsava and even Dasara time and all. We'll enjoy that. Thank you.
Thank you
for
Similarly,
giving
what we are planning is to have demonstration of many millet recipes also.
Yes.
Maybe to a group of women.
Yeah.
Anganwadi teachers or somebody like that. We're
Yes,
planning.
even Anganwadi also, we are having an appeal to give food, energy food they are supplying. No, instead of that, you please allow for the millets to give to the Anganwadi and also even crushers.
Yeah, that is also.
And even midday meals.
Midday meals.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your advice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah,
Rama, there is
I'm
a
Rama
question.
again. I want to add something. This millets, they were grown in the country for different regions, different millets based on the regional requirement. For instance, Karnataka is a cold, generally it's cold area. So ragi used to give some heat into the system for the workers. If they make it in the ragi sankati form, mudda form, but if they're taking in down south and in Karnataka also during summer, this ragi kanji with buttermilk and salt and all that is taken to cool the system.
Yeah.
So yes, that's called ragi kanji, and they call it chol ganji in some parts of Andhra Pradesh. So this others also, jawar is as compared to the wheat. So just because they're promoting ragi, promoting the millets, it's not a wise thing to completely switch to the millets and have different reactions in the body. The ideal thing is to supplement it for one meal and take the other meal what you're used to, so that because people who have suddenly taken it onto everything have had other issues like loose motions and all that. So incorporate it into your food and take it that way. And then we noticed that ragi was 6 rupees a kg 4 years ago. And suddenly within about 20 days or 1 month, the next month it was 60 rupees a kg once the millet things took off in the market.
Okay.
So somebody was asking, why is it costly? And Kalyani has properly answered, it's the demand. Suddenly the marketing has gone up so much. Otherwise, it is fair enough, whatever has been happening. So it's better to incorporate. So this other things, foxtail and all that, I didn't absorb the Keralite names, but if you use it into pongal and upma and all that, incorporate it. Put 50% that, 50% this, its acceptance is better. Thank you, ma'am.
You're right, ma'am. It is
Kamini ji, there is something in the chat box. One more question.
Yeah, when we use powdered form of millet, it is necessary to soak it for 4 hours before use. Yeah, to powder also, like for putta and all, we soak the rice and powder, no? So the same way, it is better to soak it and then powder, then you can roast it. That is better.
Yeah, thank you. GB ma'am.
Even for cooking, ma'am, even for cooking, soak for 3-4 hours and use it for khichdi or upma or rice. Absorbability is better, availability.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. GB ma'am, are you there? GB ma'am,
but I am not in a position to turn off my video.
I know that. I
am
just
here.
told that you had an accident and all that. GB, Dr. GB is the secretary of the branch. So welcome you, ma'am. Can you say a few words?
Thank you so much.
Please.
Yeah, ma'am. I have attended the meeting for the last half an hour, and it was very interesting. I am not much familiar with all these millets and all these things. I am working in CSIR, NIST. Kalyani ma'am said that, and so for the last 6 months after retirement, I took a position there and I joined there.
Okay.
And as she said, there was a very one lap millet fest was there. And unfortunately, I met with an accident and I can't go. But most of them said that they were very much, it was very informative, that millet fest. So now I came to know much about this millet And I am thankful to Kalyani ma'am for this wonderful speech. And Kamini ma'am, thank you so much for arranging such informative talks
Thank you,
for
Dr.
us. Thank
Gigi.
you, ma'am.
Take care.
Thank
Take care of your health and then get back in full swing. Okay.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody would like to ask any question? Shailaja has written to Rama Devi ji. Thanks for valuable inputs. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Rama Devi, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is Usha there?
Yes, Kamini. I think we can wind up now. There are no more questions. We can wind up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can wind up now. You can.
Okay. So that was a very interesting presentation by my own, I can say my own Uma, and she did a wonderful job. And so as everyone has said, awareness along with demonstration of various recipes can go together. So that may be our next step of showing demonstrations on different few recipes to many groups like that. But as a president said, we have to keep on doing, we have a concerted action regarding the awareness programs. So let us hope that we all come together for various awareness programs on millet. So thank you, Uma. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for your presence here. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, all of you, for joining this meeting. So now I am ending the meeting. Thank you. Thank you, Kamini, and thank you, Bhuneshwari, for helping this webinar. And thank you, Uma, especially for this very nice session. We hope to see you again on our sessions.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much for the invite. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.